he doesn't like to pit himself against other skaters. So it's kind of out of his comfort zone, but I'm stoked that he's going to give it a go.
Well, we'll see what Riley has in store with the rest of Heat 1 when we come back. Eliminations here at X Games Austin. One, of course, the elimination is a couple of heats. We'll get into the format in just a second, but there you see the names, Tony. Some interesting ones, including, of course, your son, Riley Hawk, but anchored by some vets as T-Puds, Chris Cole, and Ryan Sheckler. Which of those guys stick out to you right away?
That whole lineup, look at that. That's just a finals right there. Hopefully Riley's in it, of course.
So just to give you a heads up, the elimination features 20 athletes, 2 heats of 10. This, of course, is the first heat. Each skater getting 2 runs each, 2 50-second runs, with the top 12 advancing to round 1 on Sunday. And the 6 top scorers from that will head on to the finals. So a lot of skating planned this weekend out here on the street course. But we kick things off with Evan Smith.
Evan had some pretty good runs in the street leagues last year, especially when you have to put the runs together, not just the one-trick sections. Oh, look at that. Alley-oop nose grind.
And Tony, this seems like a course that favors a certain type of skater. I think Evan is the type of shredder that can really make some damage on this thing.
Yeah, he's comfortable in the transitions for sure, and those ditch elements right there. Oh, wow. Going for a corner carved wall jam.
It's like one of the butterflies got him there.
Or the many transition he has to navigate to do that. I think that's 5 different walls he has to go around there.
Yeah, very much a departure from some of the courses we've seen in recent years in the street contest here at X Games.
Yeah, a little more transition heavy, more banks.
So Evan Smith's first run officially in the books. Following him up, Curran Caples. Yes, that Curran Caples from Park. Curran having a lot of success in Skateboard Park last year at X Games, winning his first gold medal at X Games Munich, flying around that course. But Curran's very versatile, Tony.
Yeah, he grew up skating the park, so he's definitely got the street elements all dialed, and this course suits his style for sure.
So this is Curran's first street appearance here at the X Games. And again, he's another guy, Tony, that I think this course really favors.
Yeah, Curran skates it like a skate park there. Around transition, it's the frontside blunt. But he'll get into the stairs and the ledges, I'm sure. Nice backside arrow. What are we calling that thing anyway?
The propane tank.
Propane tank.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that out in the wild, jumping on propane tanks.
So Curran closing in on 15 seconds. Tony, the importance of really putting together a full run. I mean, 50 seconds, that's a long time.
Yeah, well, it is and it isn't. I mean, this is a pretty lengthy course, so there's a lot of travel time in between each obstacle, but Curran's making the best of it. Look at 360 flip down there.
So Curran Caples' first run officially in the books as we take another look over Tony's favorite feature.
Solid though, that thing looks hard to skate.
So the scores coming in, Evan Smith, by the way, scoring a 69.66. So the bar has officially been set. We'll see what comes in on Curran's first run, an 80.33. So he takes the early lead. And now up next, making his X Games debut, Trevor Colden. the Skate Mental Pro, skating for the first time in front of the X Games crowd.
Looking good so far. Backs and tail on the rail there at the bank. Looks like blood slide. It's a good start right here. Nice little no comply on the bank. Ooh, frontside feeble pop over. Look at that. He's using the whole course. Maybe things they didn't even intend. Nice. Backs it all 360. Feeble there. It's a good run though. I mean, he had 5 seconds left there with that fall. That's going to be time.
So that's going to do it for Trevor's first run, but nice warm-up into what we could possibly see in his second as well. Remember, each of these guys getting 2 runs here in the elimination. But up next, Riley Hawk making his X Games debut. So let's take a look at the Hawk family through the years. Of course, Tony winning 2 medals in his first X Games, and Riley was all of 2 years old.
I do remember him watching from home, though.
And then you see, of course, the first athlete to land a 900 in competition, Riley, 6 years old.
And I think he's been at every X Games since then, just to hang out and watch.
And the first X Games appearance for Riley and Tony at the age of...
What was mine? Wow, that's a good question. 20-something, 26, 27?
Oh, you don't want to reveal your age now, I see, for Riley's debut.
Riley's 21, though. His mom and his brother and sister are here, and X Games security won't let them in, so they're watching from the monitor. Thanks a lot, guys.
Man.
Awesome.
Come on, guys. I just want to see their son ride. Here is Riley Hawk on his first X Games run.
Starting off good. 2 tricks. I can't do this. You gotta take over. Riley's staying on here, looking good. Smith going across the rail. He loves those ditches. Look at that. Flip disaster. Oh, see, that ankle's really bothering him there.
You could tell. That's right.
He just had surgery in November, and he's been pushing to get to this point. Oh no, surgery was in February, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So final 10 seconds for Riley.
Going for that hurricane.
Yeah, you can see him favoring it, Tony.
That's good though. Good start.
Yeah, hey.
Got one out.
Dust off the nerves a little bit. Let's take another look. What'd you like out of Riley's run?
I like the beginning, obviously. He stuck a few good tricks there with that. I don't even know what you call that one. I want to call it hurricane, but it's a backwards grind, and then this frontside kickflip to disaster. Clean. He loves those ditches.
Yeah, Austin known for its ditch skating here. You see signs of that in this course. So Riley Hawk, run 1 score coming in. Drum roll, please. 80.33 is right now the top score, shared by Current Caples and Trevor Colton. 70.0 on the dot. 3rd place for Riley Hawk. It's early. He's still got another run in him. But to your point, Tony, we got to wonder how much the ankle's affecting him.
It's definitely a factor. I mean, you can see it in that backside tail slide, and that kind of got his rhythm off there.
Wasting little time is Tom Asta, making his 5th X Games appearance. Asta's a great all-around skater. I was talking to him a little bit earlier. He said this was an interesting course. Maybe not something he's totally accustomed to, but he was having fun riding it nonetheless.
Switch to Neil there.
Closing in on the final 10 for Tom. Last time we saw him was in LA at X Games in August, and an ankle injury sidelined him early in the contest. So the first time we've seen him in close to a year. So that'll do it for Asta's first run. Again, this is heat number 1. We've got a second heat of 10 skaters following them as well, with the top 12 advancing as we take another look at Tom Asta's first. So as we await his run 1 score, there you see X Games royalty, Ryan Sheckler. The guy's been beat up. There's no getting around it, Tony. Last year was tough on him in March. Tore a ligament in his foot, and then of course messed up his ankle really bad at X Games Barcelona, and that sidelined him for a couple of events and really crushed his summer. But here's Sheckler making his triumphant return.
He's looking strong. I've seen him practice. This is the old Ryan Sheckler we're used to right here. Whoa, missing that backside flip.
And this is a guy with all this transition, Tony, who should have a lot of fun on this course. And he's no stranger to the podium. He's got 3 X Games golds.
Wow, nice. Caballero, let me get out there.
Creative use of that hubba coming back. Final 10 for Sheckler. So Ryan having trouble staying on his board, but I think he saw the potential for a great line here as we take another look. Grabs that board in midair. And makes up for it here.
Huge Caballero.
Sheckler notorious for those cab flips. So his run 1 score coming in. A 70 on the dot, tied with Riley.
I think that hasn't happened since probably like a 1991 ASPO series or something. No, it'd be 90, about 97.
Ryan Sheckler and Riley Hawk tied. So up next, Aaron Homoki. We just know him simply as Jaws.
Jaws is most comfortable with the bigger rails, the bigger drops for sure.
It's good to see Jaws back in a street event. It's been a couple years for him. He was hurt pretty bad last year, Tony, right? Filming his real street part.
Yeah, no, he definitely, he's always trying to push through some injury, but I think he's been doing pretty good so far. I mean, in the last few months, at least, he's been healthy. He's been shooting a lot of stuff, and he's definitely been skating a lot. Whoa.
This is Jaws' 8th X Games appearance. His best finish was 6th in Park just last year in Brazil.
Wow! Big kick from Melon down to the bank.
That's the Jaws we know and love.
That is a signature Jaws move.
Chris Cole giving dabs, Tom Asta giving props. Let's look at this one more time.
On that alley-oop, that hip right there is hard because it gets no landing room. I mean, it's only about 4 feet wide, and usually you want to travel a bit more than that. And
you want to talk clearance.
Kickflip Melon right into the bank.
So a solid first run, a 64 for Jaws, putting him at 7th. That's all good. He's got another run in him. Up next, Manny Santiago. Manny slays all. Crushed it in his X Games debut just a couple of years ago, making his 4th X Games appearance.
Yeah, Manny, he had to work at it last year with the Select Series,
right,
in Street League, and he was always the one that had to qualify just to get into the contest.
Yeah, Manny earning his way to becoming a Street League pro this year. Ooh. And I will say this, Tony, you want to talk first guy in, last one out. He was the first one at practice today.
He takes it seriously, and he knows, you know, it's a lot of work. How having a little trouble in this run, though.
Yeah. Final 5 for Manny here. As he'll finish up. Will he hit the rail? Will he hit the hubba? So the horn goes off. Manny says, I'm not even going to waste it. Again, this is the Monster Energy Men's Skateboard Street Elimination. 2 heats. We're in heat number 1 of 10 athletes. Each skater getting 2 runs. The best run counts. And the top 12 advance to round 1. And there you see Tori Pudwell making his 5th X Games appearance. His best finish was a bronze last year at X Games Foz.
Tori knows how to put the runs together for sure.
That's right. Tony and I can both attest to the Austin heat, the Austin humidity. And Tori with his patented beanie on says, got no time for that. Still got room for one more. Final 10 seconds for T-Puds. So not flawless, and Tony, I think that's been the theme here through Heat 1 is we're seeing some potentially great runs, but people are having trouble sticking on their boards.
Definitely, they're starting off strong, and then something goes awry, you know, it gets a little sketchy, and then everything falls apart.
Killer view there.
But that seems to be the trick du jour, is backslide ollie 360 over that gap. And then right here with the nollie heel and the nollie kickflip, and didn't work out.
So Tori awaits his run 1 score of 76, jumping him up into 3rd place here in heat number 1. Following T-Puds is Chris Cole, who won a gold medal at X Games Munich. You could just call him King of the Streets. Going head-to-head with P-Rod. Nigel Houston, of course, was injured, not competing in this event, but Chris Cole was on one all day.
And once you throw that right there, 360 split to 50-50/50, it's pretty much it. That seals the deal.
And people forget he actually had to wait on that one. That wasn't necessarily for the win, although it did give him the lead. P-Rod did have one final attempt on that contest, and he did bail. But he has won this event 3 times. No stranger to the top of the podium. And this is a guy that was crushing it on the course during practice. He's also the oldest competitor at 32 years old.
Still skating as good as ever. Probably better than he ever has.
Chris Cole, of course, also winning the Street League Super Crown last year. Oh.
Backside tail slide. Shove it out.
But still plenty of time with 25 seconds to spare for Cole.
This is exactly what's been happening. So when he sketches out or bails on a trick and then just can't put it back together. Oh, wow. Switch, frontside flip, 270 there.
Got room for one more. So despite a couple of miscues, a pretty strong first run for Chris Cole.
Right here, nose one slide down the rail, out of the gate. That's a strong start. And then that switch, frontside flip, 270. An alley-oop. That trick's hard enough going straight, going regular.
Chris Cole a 60.33 for 9th. So we're finishing up heat number 1 here, and interestingly enough, Current Caples sitting pretty in 2nd place.
Yeah, it's no surprise though. He skates all these types of parks, skates a lot of ditches, and he's got a really good set of street skills to round it out. like there with that 360 flip.
Well, let's head down to the course with the third member of our team, Jordan Whitley, who's with Curran.
That's right, Curran's first time at street for X Games, but not first time here at X Games. You're sitting pretty in second right now. What's working for you on this course?
I don't know, just the way it can flow and, I don't know, just going fast and kind of stuff like that. I know it's a lot of guys out here don't really like it because it's maybe not that much street, but it works good for me, so I'm stoked.
And you're in both park and street, so what's the difference for you?
I don't know. It's kind of just like practice at the same time. It's kind of like hard because it's so hot, but that's probably the hardest part. It's just practice.
And talk to me a little bit about your next run. Anything you're thinking of mixing up or changing?
Maybe just try to do a little harder stuff.
And you're skating with guys like Nigel Houston, Chris Cole, P-Rod. You've done it before, but what's it like here?
I mean, it's crazy to skate with dudes like that. I never thought I'd really be in a contest with them, so it's pretty cool.
Well, you are. Congratulations. Well, you're sitting in second. I'll send things back.
Thank you, Jordan. And look at that crowd, by the way. A sellout crowd out here at Circuit of the Americas to check out just the eliminations of street. So when we come back, round 2 for heat number 1. It's the skateboard street eliminations. Don't go anywhere. Checking out the Monster Energy men's skateboard street eliminations live from Circuit of the Americas. Just a little factoids for y'all to chew on. It just opened a few years back, October of 2012. The first road racing course in the United States built for Formula One series. The road course, 3.4 miles with 20 turns. In the amphitheater, the largest permanent stage in Central Texas. More than enough room to house a few of our disciplines, including this work of art we're calling a street course here today. And heat number 1, round 2, setting off with Evan Smith. Evans currently in 6th position. Again, the top 12 combined from both of today's heats will move on. So Evan looking to improve upon his previous run score of 69.66.
Stay on the rest of the time here. Oh, no. So if he could stay on the rest of the time, he could bump it up, but those 2 falls are going to take up too much time, I think. Kickflip, 360.
Yeah,
ollie.
He would have needed that. As,
Benihana on the ground. There you go.
Benihana's of Instagram. Somebody shoot that over. And time has expired on Evan Smith. I think he's going to want to hold on to that 69.66, keeping him in 6th place. But Tony, I don't know how safe that necessarily keeps him as his score comes in at a 19.66. So we move on to Curran Caples, who's sitting comfortably in 2nd place, really tied for first.
Yeah.
An 80.33 along with Mr. Colden. Curran Caples making his street debut here at X Games.
And you see how Curran is comfortable on the street there. Backside Smith on the hammer out, and then just a big tweak in there over the hip. That's his skateboard skills coming into play.
He said it himself when speaking with Jordan a little earlier. The course is flowy. He likes flowy. And what we saw from street last year was a lot of directional.
Yeah, you see him kind of cross the course, then get off the board, turn around, run back. This one just keeps flowing.
So he's making good use of it, is Curran Caples. Again, this is just heat 1. We've got an entire 2nd heat still to come of 10 skaters, the likes of which include Paul Rodriguez, Nigel Houston, Ashad Ware, Chaz Ortiz, Shane O'Neill. So you want a big score here early if you want to be in that top 12 to advance.
Whoa, big frontside flip.
Massive.
Over the hip there. He kind of created a new hip with that transfer.
Taking a page out of Luan Oliveira's book with that frontside flip. Very nice. Curran Caples looking to improve upon that 80.33. Take another look.
That clearing that whole wall. Getting up to the top. Such a clean flip there.
So fun to watch as Curran Caples, whether it's street or park. Guy puts on a show, an 84.33 lead, no doubt.
And that was with a fall.
True. He takes over the top spot. Curran Caples is not messing around. He's looking to advance, and he's certainly putting himself in a good spot on his second and final run. Up next, Trevor Colton, who sits in second place by himself.
It's a good start for Trevor. You can tell that he's had this line. He's had it dialed up. He already knew what he's going to do. Which direction. Right there with the frontside field pop over. And he's using the course in a lot of ways that they didn't expect.
Right. The story I love about Trevor, he used to skate without insoles in his shoes. Wow, so he could feel the board.
And the pain of the drops.
That's what we call board feel in the business. Trevor Colton hitting the rail.
And with that frontside feeble there, this could be the best run. Because he made the whole thing a little chink-chink mini ramp action there.
Yeah. No falling off the board.
Didn't fall. That's the only full run we've seen.
I think you're right. So let's take another look at Trevor Colton. We may have a new leader.
Right there, backside tail slide, rail down to the bank. This one, frontside feeble popping over. That's a tricky spot right there. If you grind too long, you get a far drop. And backside 360 ollie.
So Trevor Colton, 87.66. Tony calling it a new leader as he leapfrogs Curran Caples to take the overall lead here in heat number 1. Up next, sitting in 4th place, Riley Hawk zoning in. Look at the focus of your son. So he's trying to best a 70.
Starting with the same tricks that he did on his first run. Backside Smith grind. I'd say that's Riley's specialty. Whoa! I thought that was going to be a blunt slide. Got to bail that. You can tell it's his right foot there.
Yeah, he's really favored it. Look at that. He's not putting all the weight on the foot.
And then he got a board shot into it yesterday during practice. Whoa!
Sticks it
for that fakey Smith grind, getting stuck on it. And that's probably going to be about it for Riley, but I don't know if it's going to improve in 70 because he had a couple falls on the first round and managed to push through them.
So Riley Hawk, the X Games rookie, trying to advance. Let's take another look at run number 2.
And right there, I'm not sure what that nose grind with the rail down, if that was what he intended. And right there with that that fakey Smith grind. Here, I just don't think he had enough speed. And he went over the deck. And that's really hurting him. There's his girlfriend, Nicole.
Got the support team. Yeah, a 61.66 for Riley, so he will hold on to that first score. And Tony, he's in a good spot right now in that 4th place. Like we said, though, there's an entirely other heat coming up next, but in the top 4 of heat number 1 thus far. So here's Tom Asta. He's sitting in 7th place, trying to best a 64.66. A little stuck up there.
He's just got that switch frontside heel flip.
Asta with great pop. Final 10 seconds.
No slide, and then switch heel flip there, but that was still a solid run. I think it would probably bump up to 64.66 from his last run.
So the Mystery Pro currently in 7th. Again, you want to be one of the top 12 skaters to advance with another heat still to go. But that was nice up the stair set. Trying to best that 64.66, a 63, so he will stay in 7th, unfortunately. And here's Ryan Sheckler sitting in 5th. If he wants to bump Riley, he's going to have to outdo a 70. He has the run, he's just got to stay on his board.
That's the trick he missed in the first run. Backside kickflip. Wow. That was odd. So far, so good for Ryan. For that Caballero.
Nails it.
He's looking a little wobbly on his approaches, but once he starts his trick, it's he's got the focus. Nice nose grind down the elbow.
Final 10 for Shacks.
Oh, nose grind 180 out.
Yes.
Kickflip. That's going to be our top scoring run.
Ryan Sheckler putting together that run he envisioned. He's sitting in 5th, but I don't think that will be for much longer. That's the Ryan Sheckler we've known over the years. Of course, it was an injury-riddled 2013. It's good to see him on the board because he's capable of doing things just like that. Really dominating that section of the course, Tony.
Yeah, with this backside flip and this Caballero. And that was just getting from point A to point B. There you go.
In the 90 club, a 90.33 for Ryan Sheckler, catapulting him up into first place. Sean Malto says, attaboy. Malto, of course, getting over an ankle injury. He's unable to compete. And here's Jaws. Moki sitting in 8th place, trying to best a 64.
Jaws is so used to landing into steep, big transitions that when the bank is mellow, it screws him up. Grind to a board slide. Leo coming back. A lot of tricks packed into that little section. Oh no, missed the wall at 5-0.
Many of the skaters complaining about the heat out here in Austin. Jaws says, I'm a Phoenix native. Y'all don't know what heat is. Final 5.
You know, even though he fell a couple times, he packed a lot of tricks into that.
Yeah. As we said, trying to best that 64.
Now that's going to score beyond 64.
Jaws just jumping up into the crowd. And he says, advancing or not, I'm a man of the people. That was rad. Check this out. Clear the way. Clear the way. Yeah, I don't know if there was a natural gap on the crowd before he did that. Look at that.
That's like when someone stage dives and everyone clears out.
And Evan Smith getting in on the party out there as well. The crowd carrying both of them. Welcome to Austin. So as we await Jaws' second score, a 66.66, so it does best up the People's Champ. It might be a tie between he and Evan. That's great. So Austin showing love. So Jaws stays in 7th. Up next, though, Manny Santiago. An uncharacteristic low score for him on run number 1. I've seen his run. This is something that should be advancing for him.
Yeah, he just kind of lost his rhythm in the first round, but this one's looking good so far. Oh, kickflip over the gap there.
Manny does have a bronze to his name, which he earned in Barcelona last year. See if he can keep it together after that bail. approaching the rail again. Oh!
I guess he's not going to be taking the rest of his run here. He has no shoes.
And Manny's day ends with some kicks to the crowd. And I think that's the shoe. I think we have located the shoe. So Manny Santiago's day is over. Look at that guy. Did he pay for that?
He just collected some money, too.
Cashed out on that, but we take another look.
Maybe that was a bonus inside Manny's shoe.
Is that what it was? An incentive deal.
Right there. Expand a board slide. Just slipping out a little bit.
The shoe popping off. So Manny Santiago, a 52, putting him in 10th place. And that's probably not going to get it done in terms of advancing. Here's a guy, though, we expect to be skating on Sunday, Tori Pudwell.
Tori's in a pretty good position right now in 4th, but I'm sure he'd like to better that.
And we have another heat of 12 skaters, 10 skaters still to go, with the top 12 advancing to Sunday's round 1. 20 seconds for Tori, trying to best a 76.
Wow, big nose right there. Big drop. Oh no, just the nollie flip. That's gonna run out of time. It's such a bummer to see these guys start strong like that and then
yeah, that seemed to be the theme so far in heat number 1. Some great starts and just unable to stay on the board.
That was fun. That was hard though.
Getting some love from his girl. Tori Pudwell awaiting round 2 score. Yeah, 53-3. So he will hold on to that 76, staying in 4th. But the stakes are high for Chris Cole, who's got 3 X Games gold medals. He sits in 9th place at a 60.33. He's going to need a strong score here to advance.
trick he missed on the first run there, but as long as he makes the both of those tricks are the tricks he missed on this first run.
Yeah, uncharacteristic to see Chris miss a trick twice, especially 2 tricks twice. So we'll see if he's got something big in his back pocket as an ender here for the final 5. No.
It's going to run out of time. It's not going to better his score.
So Chris Cole, interesting. Trying to best that 60.33. And the wheels just coming off for him there. Will we get the shirt rip? Hulkamania. A classic Chris Cole move. Yep, a 33. So Chris Cole sits in 9th. Of course, the top 12 advancing, but with another heat to go, it's safe to imagine that Chris Cole will not be advancing. Ryan Sheckler, though, your leader in heat number 1, putting it down on his 2nd run of the day. So Ryan Sheckler making it look easy. Good to see him back in the top spot. Let's go down to Jordan Whitley, who's with Ryan.
All right, Ryan, you just told me that was stressful. You were stressing yourself out. What was it like out there?
It was really good. Like, practice was going amazing. Had the run down, and I don't know what it was. It's just like competing again. This crowd is the most gnarly one I've ever seen, especially for a qualifier. I can't wait to see it at the final. The fans are amazing, but I don't know. I just got pretty nervous, and my tricks weren't working, so tightened my trucks up for the second run and just kind of tried to relax and just believe in myself. And thank God I landed my run, and hopefully we can make it to the final.
Well, it's looking good for you right now. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and I do believe we have Riley Hawk right over here to the side. I know you guys are in the sunshine. Now, Riley, I know that you are having a little bit of trouble with your foot out there. How's it feeling?
It hurts, but we're just still doing it anyways, I guess.
I mean, talk to me about this experience. You come in, you're hurt, you're off surgery, your dad's calling your tricks out there, and you already have the pressure of the family name. What's that like?
I don't know. I mean, X Team, this kind of stuff's not really my thing. I just thought it'd be fun, come out, try it out, so.
Hopefully you're having fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's hot, but it's fun.
Now, you're sitting in 5th right now. How do you think that's going to hold up?
Who knows when these next guys come out. They're all really good, so I guess we'll see.
All right, thanks so much, and I'll send things back to your dad.
Thank you, Jordan. Well, you just heard it from your son's mouth to your ears. Riley, what do you make of his X Games debut?
You know what? I was proud of him. He put together a run. You can see that he was working at it. It's just that ankle's really bothering him, and I'm sure there's a lot of nerves here, obviously, in such a big stage. But I'm stoked that he made most of his run. He's sitting in an uncomfortable spot in terms of what the next heat brings. But he might be in the semifinals. It is possible.
Oh, yeah, sitting in 5th position. And look at those names behind him. Chris Cole, Tom Asta, Manny Santiago. A great debut for Riley Hawk. But our top 3 for heat number 1, as it's officially in the books, starting with 3rd, Curran Caples, who just made this course and heat 1 officially in the books. And it was Ryan Sheckler putting it down on his 2nd run to take the overall lead. But of course, heat number 2 headlined by those 2 guys, Nyjah Huston, and there you see P-Rod jumping in, but Nyjah winning 4 of the last 6 X Games street golds. And heat number 2, and if heat 1 was heavy, look at this stacked field. Nyjah, P-Rod, Ashad, Chaz Ortiz, Shane O'Neill, DeCenzo, Felipe Gustavo, Luan Oliveira, Grant Taylor, Alec Majerus.
It's cool to see Grant Taylor in there. It's kind of like seeing Curran, more known as a pool and park skater. And this course definitely has those elements, but you still got to get your street on. You still got to get the rails and the hubbas.
Yeah, Curran having some success in heat number 1. We'll see if Grant Taylor can duplicate that here. There you see Nyjah Huston. Again, we talk about formats, type of courses. Paul Rodriguez, I mean, those guys are so clinical in these contests, Nyjah especially. It really doesn't matter what the format is. It doesn't matter what kind of course it is. He has no trouble with anything that you throw at him. But to really put Nyjah Huston's career into perspective, you have to remember that this kid competed at X Games at 11 years old. At the time, he was the youngest X Games athlete ever. And through the years, now all of 19 years old, all of the gold medals he's won, the success he's had in the other contests, the money that's been made, you're looking at the face of competitive street skateboarding.
And we've never...
Number 2 kicking off with Alec Majerus making his X Games debut. Here, run number 1.
Whoa.
So the official run is starting. Again, each skater getting 2 runs each at 50 seconds apiece. We count the best score with the top 12 between the 2 heats advancing. And Majerus is skater number 1 for heat number 2.
Wow. Okay. Flip board there. Oh, back lip. Fakey, that's a pretty heavy combo there.
Pretty heavy combo for, along with Nyjah, one of the 2 youngest guys out here at 19 years old. And his run ends right there, but a nice preview of what's to come from Alec Majerus. As we take a look back.
So clean right there. Kickflip, frontside board slide. His back foot's not in a prime position, but he fixes it.
So Majerus run 1 score at his X Games debut. Judges put the final tallies together. So the score comes in a 72.66. So now we start looking at guys from Heat 2 and where they go into Heat 1. And that jumps him up into 5th place. So up next, Ryan DeCenzo. DeCenzo, no stranger to X Games, making his 5th appearance. He's got 4 medals total.
And it looks like he's been skating this course a bit.
Yeah.
He had a land planned out. Whoa. Holding on to that 50-50 all the way across and down. Looking good so far. DeCenzo was, of course, a member of the Select Series last year at the X Games, earning his way into Street League here in 2014. And not the way he was looking to end. Still solid
number 1, but really strong for him out the gate.
Yeah, I think that'll put him into the next round.
Yeah, DeCenzo is a contest vet. Very calculated in his approach and his strategy.
Too hot in Texas. Way too hot.
It is a little warm, Ryan. I wish you could cool off in the Athletes Lounge. There you see 13-year-old Alana Smith, who won a silver medal last year. Athletes watching athletes. So DeCenzo's score coming in at a 71.66, and now you're starting to see leapfrogging in full effect. He jumps up into 6th place. Remember, the top 12 will move on to Sunday's next section. Oh. So here's Felipe Gustavo, who's so technical, so talented. But I wondered, looking at this course, if it was catered to his skill set.
Yeah, I think so, but I think he may not have planned ahead so much. You know, had a whole run in his head with what he was going to do beforehand.
Felipe, of course, turning pro late last year for Plan B. Skating in the Select Series last year. But when he's on, Tony, things just look so effortless for him.
He's definitely got the technical aspect. If it's just one trick at a time,
right,
he brings it.
Yeah, if this were merely a best trick contest, you know you'd want Felipe on your team. There you see Alana still checking it out at the Athletes Lounge. Have you been in there, Tony?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, we got shuffleboard, we got foos.
My pass doesn't get me in there.
Popsicles.
I'm not kidding.
I don't even know how you got into the broadcast booth. I don't know why I'm worrying about you at the Athletes Lounge. So Felipe's run 1 score coming in at a 58.66, jumping him up into 12th. That does officially eliminate Manny Santiago from advancing. Up next, though, Luan Oliveira, who I cannot wait to watch on this course.
Already, but he's already got 5 bangers out there.
Felipe's stash, by the way, in full effect here in 2014.
Dodging cameraman, speed checking. Oh, nice frontside flip disaster. And that's the alley-oop frontside flip that we saw Chris Cole have a hard time doing as well.
So Luan Oliveira's first run in the books.
That's it.
Hey, tomorrow, Team USA faces Nigeria in Jacksonville as part of their send-off series for their final preparations for the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. It's U.S. men's soccer tomorrow at 5:30 on ESPN. So Luan's score coming in at a 51.66. Disappointing 14th place currently. We'll look to step that up. Up next, though, Grant Taylor.
Grant Taylor is one of the most exciting bull riders these days. But he has a really good street set of skills, and this is the right place for it. Look at that little slappy.
Grant, of course, one of 3, I believe, former Thrasher Skater of the Years here in the street contest, along with Chris Cole and our reigning Sodi, Rashad Ware.
And his dad was a former pro skater as well.
Right. Yep, Thomas Taylor. So final 15 for Grant Taylor, making his street debut.
Jumping that gap the hard way, the one that we saw occurring front flip. And that was a solid run, not the most technical, but stayed on, did some big transfers.
Right. Much like current Caples, this is a course that caters to what he does best. So we'll see how they score that first run, but we take another look right off the bat.
Big boneless one. He's in Texas. You got to do big boneless ones in Texas. And right here, a little wally over the. And kickflip rock to fakie just to throw something on the quarter pipe.
And again, an amazing turnout here at the Circuit of the Americas. And this is just elimination day. Grant Taylor, a 75.33, jumping him up into 5th place. Again, the top 12 advancing to Sunday. Here is Shane O'Neill, perhaps the most technically gifted skater on the planet. Let's see what he's got in store for this course.
Shane's been skating a lot, especially since last year. He had some pretty good showings, not so good showings, but I think he really wanted to work on his consistency.
Well, Shane is a guy in competitions that puts so much pressure on himself. You know, when he allows the mental game to just go into cruise control, that's when he's at his best, and he will tell you that. Sometimes at times he's just overthinking things. So far, a very good first run.
Oh. Still, that's only one fall. And right there. Once I shove with the board slide, that's going to help. That could definitely put him in the semis.
Shane, of course, putting the finishing touches on his own personal skate park in his backyard a couple of months ago. So he's been getting those sessions in. So we take another look at Shane's first run.
It's a good trick. Frontside shove, he kind of overturns a little bit just for style points.
So a 79.66 for the Aussie native. And that jumps Shane up into 4th place. So now it becomes a numbers game. Here is Chaz Ortiz on his first run. We didn't get to see a lot of Chaz last year because of ankle injuries. I believe he missed a couple of X Games appearances. Yeah, in fact, he missed Barcelona, Munich, and LA.
I'd say that's the most common injury that keeps these guys out because it's their ankles that they use the most. It's what you rely on to flip your board, what you're taking your impacts from the bails, even the makes.
Hard to believe, as good as Chaz has been in contests over the years, this is his 6th X Games appearance, still without a medal. Had 3 consecutive 4th place finishes.
And you can tell if he's going to make this run, he's a contender for sure. Missing that 360 flip. I think the rhythm was just off in the beginning there, but you can see from the tricks that he made, if he puts that all together, they'll put him in the top 3.
Right.
It's the backside 360 ollie that we've been seeing from a few guys.
Yeah, That's a Chris Cole staple. So the Chicago kid, a 67.66 for Chaz. And that puts him into 11th place, putting Jaws, Aaron Homoki, in the bubble spot of 12th. Here's a Shad Ware, who's got the potential to just tear up this course.
He needs to lighten up.
Maybe the loosest guy in skateboarding, period. Tough to find a guy having more fun on his board than the Shad.
You know, he's just dancing around, but doing really hard tricks in the process. Like, it doesn't look like he has a plan of attack, but every time he hits something, it's doing something hard. Including right there, frontside flip.
Shad shorts game always on point.
Hard time there.
So having trouble staying on his board. But I think we're seeing the potential of what's to come in run number 2. Remember, each of these guys getting a second run. We're counting the best score with the top 12 advancing to round 1 on Sunday. Again, today, of course, is elimination day for the Monster Energy Men's Skateboard Street. 2 heats. We're in the second heat. Each skater getting 2 runs. The best run counts. And the top 12 advancing to round 1 on Sunday. And the top 6 from that will move on to the final. So here's our first look at P-Rod, Paul Rodriguez. He's got 4 career X Games gold medals. And we'll see what he's got in store as he chases number 5.
And surprisingly, Paul starts his whole run skating his normal stance. Everything we've seen is goofy-footed. He's one of the few guys that you just can't tell if he's going backwards or not.
P-Rod is a goofy footer, but he skates so much switch, and he's so good at it that oftentimes you forget his natural stance.
And there we go, frontside feeble. And yes, he's still going forward. 6 look like it's nothing there. Whoa!
P-Rod being the pro that he is, finishing up strong.
That'll put him up there.
Of course, he recently launched his own skateboard company, Primitive Skateboards. It's been a busy 2014 thus far for P-Rod, but a very strong first run.
Right here, nollie, front foot flip. Going over the hip. You don't see that too much anymore. That was a big thing in the 90s. Paul's brought it back, but with style.
So P-Rod's score coming in at 75.66. That jumps him up in the 6th place. And that puts Chaz Ortiz on the bubble spot. Jaws has officially, he's got 8 career X Games medals, 5 of them gold, 4 of which have been done right here in street. He's also got a real street video gold and 3 golds last year. Of course, he missed the X Games Munich event due to a rib injury, and Nyjah hasn't failed to qualify for an X Games skateboard street final since 2008. He's 7 for 7 since then. Ladies and gentlemen, Nyjah Houston.
I can tell you this whole run has been planned out to a T. Nice. Wow, look at that nollie cooking down at the rail. I mean, it feels like he's kind of cruising.
Absolutely.
It'll still put him. Oh wow! Kickflip, back lip. That's tough when you're coming down a really steep bank, especially coming off a semi-flat bar like that.
If he can, and I've got no reason to believe that he cannot, land that in run number 2. Watch out, because this will already be a pretty nasty score.
Yeah, I think it's still enough to put him in there. And, you know, he feels like he's holding back a little bit just so he's doing the strategy.
Right. No, nobody is more dialed in when it comes to contest skateboarding than Nigel Houston. There are guys that are focused. There are guys that are hungry. But there are very few that understand the nuances and the strategy involved than Nigel.
Fourth.
So a 79.33 for Nigel Houston. So we're just getting started here with heat number 2. We're having some fun out here today in Elimination Day. Getting the crowd involved. Fan participation. Jaws, the people's champ. More elimination when we come back. Checking on with you throughout the weekend, because I know you got a lot up your sleeve with all these various athletes and sports. Thanks so much, Sean.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks.
So here we go. Run number 2 of heat number 2. It all comes down to this. The top 12 advancing to Sunday's round 1. And we start things off with young Alec Majerus, who right now is sitting in the top 12. He's in that 9th spot. He's got a 72.66. He's making his X Games debut. There you see Ryan DeCenzo, no stranger to X Games podiums. Guys getting the final session here on the course. Our top 3. Curran Caples sitting in 3rd with that amazing 2nd run. Making his street debut, by the way. Also making his X Games debut, a rookie, 20-year-old Trevor Colton. The stage is not too big for Trevor as
Both
he
his
sits
runs,
in 2nd
too.
place. Right, both very strong runs. But of course, there's only one name at the top, and he's no stranger to the X Games. Ryan Sheckler putting it down proper, a 90.33 on run number 2. Sitting in 1st place.
That's the Ryan Sheckler we're used to seeing right there.
So Sheckler 1, Colden 2, Caples 3. And again, the top 12 advancing to Sunday. Here's Alec Majerus.
Alec had a pretty good first run. Wasn't a lot of tricks, but being pretty much everything. Oh wow! Backside Smith, 180 out. That's going to count for a lot right there.
Majerus coming in the final 15.
Oh. Good run so far. Just a step off on that frontside hurricane.
Let's see as he hits the rail.
Oh, no. Oh, painful right there.
Again, Tony, another case of starting out strong and unable to finish there. As we take another look.
So Smith grind, back to 180 out. Super clean. And here going for that backside 270 lip slide. You can tell his legs just weren't ready to stand up yet.
So Alec was in 9th place with a 72.66. His run 2 score is 64.66, so he'll hold on to that number 1. And yeah, it's a little warm in Austin. We got the fans out there on the course. So he sits in 9th place. Of course, the top 12 advancing. Here's Ryan DeCenzo right behind him in 10th, trying to best a 71.66.
Ryan's got such good pop, especially when he's going over those hips. Right here, 50-50 all the way across and down. He's the only one doing it.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Senzo clean thus far. Wants to create a little space, jump up in that top 12.
It's going to do it. Nose blunt slide, board slide to Faggy. 3, 2, 1. Oh no! With the nose blunt step off, but I don't think that was going to count for too much more.
Yeah, as we take another look, hitting the rail.
Blunt slide to Faggy.
And the only guy 50-50 in that. So that will certainly jump DeCenzo up out of the 10th spot. Evan Smith right now is in the bubble position in 12th. As we await DeCenzo's run-2 score. A 73.66. So he jumps over Majerus into 9th. Up next, Felipe Gustavo. He's on the outside looking in. He's currently in 18th, trying to replace a disappointing first run score of 58.66. So as we await the green light, here we go. Felipe Gustavo, run number 2.
For Crooks, I think that's what he had trouble with his first run too.
That's right. Gustavo trying to jump up into the top 12. Gonna need some help here in the final 15 if he wants to crash the party.
Not sure, not a lot of tricks packed into that time. And last one here. Inside flip. Not sure if the judges will count it.
So we take another look.
For Crooks, there's no time there. The rail is very short, but he's got it.
Yeah. Yeah, having to go back and get that hurt his time for sure. So Felipe sitting in 18th. Again, wanting to get into the top 12. A 69.33. No! Puts him all the way up in the 13th, just out of contention. So Felipe Gustavo officially eliminated. And Evan Smith lives to see another day as he continues on the bubble spot there in 12th place. Up next, though, Luan Oliveira, who's sitting in dead last, believe it or not, 20th place. But knowing him, knowing this course, you gotta believe he's gonna be jumping up.
Look at that, just with no speed too. Kickflip nose manual. Nice, Smith down. Inside flip disastrous. Looking like he's putting it together here. Oh, going for big flip up.
Just as you say that, he's closing in on 15 seconds. Luan's going to need something big here.
Good on the bank there.
One more for Luan.
Wow, hard flip down. That's going to put him in contention.
Very strong finish for Luan Oliveira. Again, Evan Smith sitting in that bubble spot in 12th. And there's Luan Oliveira doing what Luan Oliveira does best.
Signature hard flip.
So is it enough, Tony?
Oh, yeah.
So the score comes in at 85, jumping him all the way up into 3rd place. So Luan Oliveira gets into the top 12. leaving a young man by the last name of Hawk on the bubble. Riley now in 12th.
They got two skaters that could knock him out here, Chaz Ortiz and Shad Ware. Both capable of putting together excellent runs. Grant Taylor's already in.
Here's Grant Taylor, who sits in 9th place.
As much as we as skaters like to think that counts, that doesn't count. The desperate scramble to stay on your board.
Oh.
You can see the separation there from where the sticky concrete is to the painted.
Yes, completely. So Grant Taylor, not quite the run that he had in number 1, where he posted a 75.33. He may hang his hat on that. But he's still got 10 seconds to play with. So that'll do it for Grant Taylor. If fans, stay in the social loop. Check out more athlete photos at xgames.com/social. Follow at X Games on Twitter and Instagram, and like us on Facebook to see what's up behind the scenes. Join in the conversation using the hashtag XGamesAustin and share your experience. You know, Tony and I have been hashtagging XGamesAustin all week. I saw you went to the world famous Franklin's Barbecue this morning.
I did. It was excellent.
So here's Shane O'Neill, who's in 5th. He'll be skating on Sunday. We'll see if he can improve upon his 79.66 from his previous run.
Oh, Hicksman gets him again.
Again, the top 12 will be advancing to Sunday's round 1. Wow. Shane O'Neill sits in 5th. Riley Hawk is on the bubble in that 12th spot. So there you see Riley Hawk as he sits on the bubble in that 12th place. There are just 2 guys who can bump him out of advancing. And it happens to be the next 2 skaters, led by Chaz Ortiz, who sits in 15th place.
Chaz knows how to put a line together.
Yeah. Already looking stronger than his previous run.
That 260, you can tell he was going to go for something on that hip. He said, you know what, I'm staying on this far. Why risk it?
Final 10 as he approaches already in the top 12, sitting in 9th, trying to best a 75.66.
Oh, wow. See, there's that desperate move. Hands down.
But P-Rod, much like Nija, Tony, he's a guy that we know playing it close to the vest. We know he's got the tricks. But we certainly haven't seen the best of P-Rod out here.
Ghost riding up the hub of the Seba. Things are kind of falling apart here, but that's okay. He's in the semis.
He knows. So P-Rod sitting in pretty at 9th place. That score probably will not bump up his previous one, but it don't matter because he will be skating on Sunday.
Look at that precision. Switch, kickflip. He's one of the few guys that you cannot tell when he is riding switch. Everyone else has a sort of stance that makes them look uncomfortable. And that means they're riding their opposite stance. You would never know it, Paul.
So here's Nigel Houston sitting in 7th. Of course, he's advancing to Sunday. But Nigel likes to win everything. He wants to win eliminations.
Including eliminations, that's true.
So I would not be surprised if he ends with a banger to take the top spot away from Ryan Sheckler. Just so consistent, Tony.
Always. Nose grind here. Kickflip. Only crooks, and then he comes back. That's where he had the trouble here. And the kickflip back lip, not a problem this time.
Doesn't miss twice, Tony.
Oh, wow, backside flip. I think we have a new leader.
Nigel Houston. I don't make many predictions, but I feel pretty good when prophesizing about Nigel Houston. After a 79.33 on his first attempt, the second one even better.
Wow, just always landing with his feet perfect. Nollie nose grind, so clean. And here was the trick he missed in his first run. Kickflip backside lip slide going down the big bank. Doesn't even look like he tried that time.
So Nigel score an 88. Okay, interesting.
All right.
What I even get, an 88 on the dot is what you got, Nigel. Good enough for second. I will say a little surprised. I thought that was going to be enough to put him past Sheckler, but
or at least tie.
Right. I thought that was enough to get to the 90s. So our top 12 are officially set for round 1 coming up on Sunday. Ryan Sheckler leading the group, the only one to get into the 90s, followed by Nigel Houston, X Games rookie Trevor Colton, Luan Oliveira, and there you see Shane O'Neill, Torrey Pudwell, P-Rod, Grant Taylor, Chaz Ortiz, and Ryan DeCenzo rounding out your top 12. Nigel Houston stomping out his second run, jumping